Hello friends, you're with a Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing 1835. Well, until now, only the minor companies are operating, and the Bavarian, the Bayerische Eisenbahn down here, and it is already making a lot of money. It has 4 trains, 2 plus 2 trains, and 2 trains. And we're going to see now an expansion to the north because of this Nürnberg-Fürth special ability here, where the player can place a token here. And then we'll probably see an expansion right to Dresden, maybe to Frankfurt. So this company is extremely strong. And therefore the player here holding the presidency and 50% of the company is also in a fantastic position. However, there is enough money on the table that the Sächsische Eisenbahn may now be started. And yeah, that's what we're going to see. People will buy shares of the Sächsische now during this stock round for $88 per share. 3 are already sold, so only 2 more and the company will float. So I'm in the next operating round, or in the first operating round, and the Sächsische Eisenbahn as expected floated. And I didn't set it up yet, but it will operate this turn. Overall, let me see, there's 30, 50, 70% of it were sold. Now the miners operate, and the Berlin-Potsdamer Bahn has $105. So what they're going to do is they're going to buy the 2 train of this company over here, and they might keep $5, although I think that's, yeah. And then these guys can buy themselves a 2 plus 2 train. And then these are basically the only companies which have both, or the only minor companies which have each 2 trains, so that will generate a massive income, especially compared to these guys sitting here with only a single train, pretty bad routes. So the miners, for this guy specifically, are really poorly working because he screwed up this whole thing here, this whole setup. I made a bad mistake there, but these are working fine, and if Berlin upgrades, then we can really make quite a bit of money there with these 2 trains. This guy having a 2 plus 2 train, he could then, for example, run these 2 dots here, Braunschweig and that one, or he might later consider moving here toward Leipzig, taking this dot and then moving here or something. So I think we can make a lot of money with these 2 minor companies. Okay, I can try to maybe somehow get a better position here. With these minor companies, what I'm considering is I'm thinking about shuffling trains a little bit. I could, for example, buy the 2 train of these guys. So there is enough money here that I can maybe buy a 2nd train in the near future. Not too soon though. And I mean, I'm going to lose another turn. That's the problem. But you know, I'll just say screw that, and maybe I should, it's not that much money. Yeah, okay, screw it, I'm not gonna do that. I think I simply forget about this, because it's not that much money, I might as well run that train, make nearly the same amount of money, but I get something more, I get something back in my own pocket. Because my idea is now to basically buy this train here for $1. It will clearly help me more in it will clearly help me more in Berlin. I can run my 2 trains there for a good amount of money, but I cannot run that 2 train there for money. Even if it upgrades, I will make a little more, but Berlin is so much more profitable. So I think I'm just gonna let this company rot and run this one. Maybe I can, as I said, there is a bit of money in here. Maybe at some point I can buy a second train, or maybe I can work together somehow with these guys. I don't know. But this thing is not working anymore. I'm gonna shut it down basically. And maybe that is something I should have done before. I could have run that company for more money with 2 trains than this one. So maybe I should have simply bought the train over and run 2 trains here instead of running 1 train here and the other train here, which is total bullshit. Okay, it's too late now for that. Next time I know better. Last of the companies is the 6 again, which runs for 60. Could lay a tile, which I might consider, but I'm not even sure if I want to. I don't think so, because in the end I'm only gonna help the companies here sitting in Berlin, and because I'm the Bayerische Eisenbahn, I don't think it will do me any good. I don't want to lay too much track here toward Berlin or something. It doesn't really help me. Now the Bayerische can operate, and now I can use the special ability of the Nürnberg Fürth, which allow me to freely place a token in Nürnberg, and I guess I can choose where, so I'm going to place it here north. I'm going to discard this one. This is closed now. And now I can lay my 2 tiles, and a little low. I mean, I still have a bunch of money, but it's not that I'm the richest. I'm not super rich anymore, right? But it's a good investment, I guess. I'm gonna pay the $70 for the terrain here and then move right north toward Dresden. So we're gonna grab this, and then I gotta find a good one for this. Question is, do I want to try to keep the Sächsische Bahn out or not? I cannot really do it. You know, there is this pre-printed thing here, so they can always go to Dresden like this, basically. Therefore, let me see what my options are. I could do this here. That's an option. I think this might actually be the only one. Yeah, that's actually the only one I have. Otherwise, I would have to go off map. Okay, so these are my 2-track lays, and I can now run I think I can. Yeah, I can now run all of my 4 trains, I guess. 1, 2, 3, and the 4 train goes to here, and then next turn he can go to Dresden. So that's a lot of money. $50, $100, and 170, 200, 210, so 21 per share. So the Sächsische placed its starting token here, and now they made this interesting choice to go like this. And the reason is simply they want these two dots. And then they can still go to Dresden in the next turn. There will be definitely a chance to do that. And yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure the other guys cannot cut them off. The Bayerische cannot cut them off. So that's perfectly fine with me. And now I'm going to buy trains. And I want to go to the green phase. Why do I want to do that? Well, I definitely want two trains, let's say it that way. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to buy two trains. I think that makes sense. Do I need that second train? Yeah, probably. I can probably drive two trains. Might consider even placing a token in Dresden next turn. And then I could run definitely two trains. So yeah, I'm going to go with two trains here. I mean, I might even consider buying three if I manage to get a token to Dresden. And I don't really... I mean, that's the thing. This guy could also... The Bayerische could place a token in Dresden. If they do that, it's going to be super expensive. That costs them $140 to place a token there. But it's possible. Remember, you got to count from Munich basically to the destination. And these are 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it would be like 5. I think it's, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, that would be $140. He could do it. He's got the money to do it, but it is worth it. I mean, he doesn't have that much money left, and he won't get any additional money in the treasury due to any share tradings or something. So he's got basically his full capitalization, and that's all that's left. So if he places a token here, which is a valuable token, then he's gonna get trouble later buying trains, and he definitely has to swallow ones, probably another time or whatever. It's not that great. However, as I said, it's a valuable token. It would open him a way to Berlin, for example, which is worth a lot. Dresden is a 50 city, or is a Y city, and but it's hard to tell if I want to do that. Maybe I don't really need a token. I might have the option to go to Berlin anyway if I build in a clever way. And as long as nobody else is tokening this, is connected to that space, and I don't see anyone, maybe I don't have to place a token there. So these are the considerations this company also does. And I think I'm going to go actually with 3 trains. It's a big investment, but, you know, do I need the 3rd train right now? If I make it to Dresden, I can run from Dresden to Oberschlesien. I could run from Dresden to Leipzig, and I can run from Leipzig and take these small dots here. So yes, I could actually run through 3 trains. I could also even run from Dresden to Fürth, which is better. So yeah, which means I could technically run 4 trains. But that is a little bit too much, I think. I'm going to go with 3 for now. That makes sense to me. So basically we're going to spend, that's a lot of money already. It's $480. Wow, that's a ton of money. Okay. And we're in green. That took us a while. It's a slow game, develops slow, but honestly, I totally enjoy that. I'm more a fan of these kind of games than of this rush where you are immediately basically into green and it's just buying trains and destroying capital. I just like that slow development a lot with the route building and all. I think I'm more that kind of player. Okay, here's the thing. I made a mistake. You cannot buy trains from other companies in the first phase or until green. Now that is an issue. Because I did that. And I did it right at the beginning here to upgrade this tile, which might not be that backed. Oh, fuck, man. Okay, I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna go back at least here and, you know, give them back their buck. I did it already at the very beginning, but I think in the end that was to their disadvantage. And upgrading this tile wasn't the best idea. But I also did it... Nah, shit. The thing is, I did it here, which means technically I could not have bought that 2 train, I guess. Yeah. Oh boy. These guys were sitting on 2 trains. This train goes back into the treasury, and I'm going to give them back 120 bucks. Problem is, I'm not totally sure. I think... Wait a minute. They had exactly 120, and there was a little bit... I think it was... shit. They didn't need that much, I think. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna give these guys 20 bucks. I don't really know how that works out, but let's do it that way. So I'm probably gonna do the same maneuver anyway. So, I think I messed around here. I don't even know why they have 2 trains and if they could afford that. Shit. Ah, fuck it. I'm not gonna undo that. This is not gonna work out. I messed this up, but hey, who cares? Let's do it the way it was before. I don't know. I mean, I just cannot go back here, and it has an impact, there is no doubt, but so let's do it like this. Another 20 bucks. It definitely has an impact here. This guy gets quite an advantage. On the other hand, it's possibly just 1 turn or so that, whatever. Can't help it anymore. It's something I have to keep in mind. I don't know why I did that. It's usually trains cannot be purchased in the first phase, and yeah, I just messed this up. I really should have remembered that. Anyway, okay, so we're in green and gotta continue like that. So now the Sächsische is sold out, and that means the next tier of companies becomes available. We have the Badische, which starts down here, Ludwigshafen, Mannheim. We have the Württembergische Eisenbahn, which starts in Stuttgart. And there is the Hessische, starting in Frankfurt. Now, I think all these are not nearly as good as the Sächsische or the Bayerische. Therefore, I really have my doubts that anybody is willing to sell a shares of one of these two to, for example, make sure he gets the presidency or something. or that he's even willing to sell all the shares of the others to start to float the Badische on its own. I really don't think this is going to happen. So therefore, I think for now, they're going to hold on to these companies. I wonder how many trains are left. There are quite a few trains left, actually, before the 2s rust. And there are also 3+3 trains. And so it doesn't make a lot of sense to, for example, say I sell all my shares, buy the Badische, buy trains like crazy, and hope to rust the trains of the other companies. That's a strategy you do in many other games. It's not going to work here. There's so many trains left. These guys have 2+2 trains, which rust even later. I don't think this makes a lot of sense. So for now, it seems basically you're just holding on to your companies and to your shares, and we won't see a lot of change happening. Miners will become now maybe also more attractive because now we can upgrade the cities, and therefore they can start making more money, especially down here and also up here. Okay, the Bergisch-Märkische Bahn, number 1, will lay an upgrade like this. Now then, next turn they might consider upgrading the XX here, or the 00, whatever you want to call it. But that costs another $50, so that's a problem here. So maybe that's not going to happen. Well, and then I'm simply running for 7T. That's not enough. Is it? I mean, what I could do maybe is... that might be possible if I buy now this train here over this train over from the Stettiner. I might have actually the money to buy another train for 180, and I think I do. That's 100. Yeah, definitely. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy that guy over, and then maybe I'm gonna keep a few bucks, but I need 100. Let me see. I'm gonna make, if I upgrade Berlin, I'm gonna make something like 40, 60 probably. So I got $30 that I get into the company next turn. So I need another 150. So I got 50. And another 20. So I got 70. So basically I need $80, right? There you go. Okay. So there we are. We're going to buy that thing for $80, and now this guy, is that such a great idea? Well, I hope it is. And here we have the money so that we can next turn, or the turn after that, we can upgrade Essen. We got our $50, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. I don't know how long these double 2 trains will hold in the end. Yeah, that was all very bad. Okay, at least I can buy myself a 3 here, and we'll see what happens. Now, considering, I'm not even sure if it was a great idea to let this company rot anymore, simply because I'm losing half the money, right? I mean, the company will get always half the revenue for the train it runs, and in that way, well, okay, it doesn't matter. In this way, the other company simply gets it. So I guess it's okay. So, yeah, we're done with these guys. And it's now company number 2. And they're going to upgrade Berlin. Everybody was waiting for that, and that's a pretty good and interesting tile here. So I guess we're gonna place it like this. I don't know if there are many tiles where you have a 3 tile in green, or if there are many games where you have a 3 tile in green already. A tile with 3 stations in green. So now we have 2 trains, two trains. That means we can run for 60 and another, so it's 120 for this company here. So the Magdeburger Bahn upgraded Magdeburg, and that gives them the option to go toward Hamburg or Leipzig, so there's also a lot of money there. And they now have a 2 and a 2+2 train, not quite legally, but yeah, because I shuffled trains too early. But anyway, they have it now. So that is 70. And that's 100, 120, and another 20. So they run for 140. That means it's 70 for the company. And it's 70 for the owner. Well, these guys here, yeah, well, I mean, do they have the money to upgrade something? No, they are too short here. And they don't have a train either. I'm gonna upgrade this station. I think there is no reason not to do that. Maybe into something like this. Okay, there you go. Company 5 is these guys here, and well, they have a single 2 train, but they will be able to buy themselves a 3 train. So the question is, I think they want to lay a tile here. Probably like this. And well, for now they're going to run the 2 train simply from Berlin to Magdeburg for 70 bucks. I hope I didn't mess this up. I hope I have the money to buy myself a 3 train. So that's 70 bucks. I think I will. And now I can buy myself a wait a minute. So the Berlin-Stettiner Bahn is now able to buy themselves a 3 train. And that will make them pretty profitable next turn. They will be able to make it to Dresden and then probably also to Oberschlesien. If they want to go there, I'm not sure if they actually... I wonder when the better values actually count. Shit, it's not written here. So this medium, this red in the offboard area is now the medium value is the value that applies. Okay, and then the last company, still sitting up here, not being able to do a lot, is the gosh, which one is it? The Altona Kielbahn, and that's exactly what they run. They run from Altona to Kiel and take this dot or whatever. No, they don't even take that dot. So it's basically, it's a 60 run again. That's 30 and 30. And now the majors will operate, and the Bayerische is now allowed to place only a single yellow tile because we're no longer in this yellow phase. So they're going to place a tile in Dresden now. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, they basically have to take this tile, I think. They could lay a tile with a single dot, but not in the Y cities, no. So basically this is the only tile that fits. Got to place it like this. And now there is this thought, hey, do we want to place a tile, a token there or not, right? I mean, we could even place a token in Berlin, but that would be insanely expensive. I think that would be 200 bucks or something. But placing a tile here would be 140, which is still an option, you know, it's kind of a realistic option. And that would be a very, very powerful, and not a tile, I mean a token. That would be a very powerful token, obviously. Still, do I want to do that? I'm seriously thinking about doing it. I'm going to roll a die. The thing is, you know, do I eventually want to do that? And I think the answer is yes, because it is such a powerful place to have a token. You know, I mean, we might be able to run from Munich to Berlin eventually. If this thing here grades up, there will be a connection here. This is a very, very valuable run in the end. And, you know, you can make runs from here. You can... It's tempting to do that. Even though it's really a hit for the treasury, but still, I'm considering doing that, and on a 1 to 5, I think I will. I really should probably do that, but we'll see. And yes, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna buy a token there for 140 bucks, which is a ton of money. But I think this is super valuable. Having a token here in Dresden is amazing because it gives you basically access to all these valuable spaces in the East. Okay, so now we have 2 trains and 2 +2 trains. What does that mean? Well, we can run a 2 train from here to Oberschlesien, from Dresden to Oberschlesien. We can run one from Dresden to Berlin. We can run another one from Dresden to Fürth, and in the end, or Fürth, Nuremberg, whatever, and in the end I can run the last train from Fürth to Munich, or from Nuremberg to Munich. And I think that is great. So we're gonna run for 80. And that's another, let's see, 8, 15, that's another 8, so it's 23. That's 4, 7, so it's 300. If I didn't miscalculate that, we're making 300 bucks with that run, which is obviously insane. You know, and we can swallow that or something at some point. I think that's okay, but right now I don't want to do it. I want to pay out. That's 150 bucks for me, and I'm just in a great position here. So it's the Sächsische, and they're gonna now make the connection between Dresden and Leipzig, just like this. And then they're also going to place a token for 40 bucks. Maybe 5. Wait a minute. Okay, so we're going to spend that token here now in Dresden. And now we can also run, well, we can run 3 trains at that point. So basically we can run the 2 plus 2. Let me see, what is the best way to run these suckers? I think the 2 plus 2 simply goes like this. We have another 3 train, which can run basically from Berlin to Oberschlesien. And we have the last 3 train, which can run from Dresden to Fürth, I guess. I mean, we could also lay a tile in Berlin, but I don't really know if that gives us a big advantage at the moment. Maybe we can do that later, or we can also place a tile in Magdeburg, which might even be better. But I think I want that tile in Dresden. I think that is pretty important. So we're going to go like this. Yeah, it means we're going to lose a little bit of money. However, because with the 3 train I have to take this dot, which kind of sucks. Is there a better way for me to go? Well, I could go with a 3 train to Berlin and Magdeburg, with the other 3 train from Oberschlesien to Leipzig. But then the 2 plus 2 also doesn't really work well. No, I don't think it gives me a big advantage here. So I think we're going to do like this, as we said before. So that is 8, that's 11, that's 17 and 19, and then we're going to go for 23, 24, 27 per share. Very good. The second OR, now the money is piling up with the players. They really make a lot now. So we're going to definitely see 1, maybe even 2 companies get floated in the next turn, or in the next stock round. But right now we're going to go back, and it's these guys, and we're going to go back to the miners, and we're going to upgrade here. That's another Y city. Let's do it like this. Now this company runs 2 trains, I guess. This one here for 80 bucks and another one for 50. So that is 130. So the Bayerische only ran basically in Eastern Germany and not in Bayern at all. So yeah, that kind of bothers me. That's a thing. What is kind of cool about the Mike Hutton designs, you know, where one train has to hit a home station and the others have to kind of connect to that first run. Because it becomes a little strange, right? I mean, we're not running, it's the Bayerische Eisenbahn, but it doesn't run in Bayern. So, meh. Anyway, we're gonna sit here and basically we make a 2 train goes from Dresden to Berlin, another 2 train goes from Dresden to Oberschlesien. We got another 2+2 train going like this, Dresden, Magdeburg, and then taking these 2 dots here, I don't know, Jena and whatever the other one is. And then the other one is going here from Dresden to Fürth. And well, then it's the Sächsische Eisenbahn, and these guys paid out, obviously. And the Sächsische Eisenbahn, yeah, this is not too great for them. That upgrade kind of sucked because now they gotta, you know, they need another tile if they want to go to Magdeburg or also to Berlin. So that did hurt a little bit. And I think they actually have to do that. They have to. Yeah, they probably have to go like this because they want to go to Magdeburg eventually. You know what? I think I made a mistake. I think I forgot to give the Sächsische Eisenbahn the money for the other shares. And that is something I easily forget in this game because the shares are sitting here instead of in the companies. So if you buy shares out of the companies, and then the company would have had the money to buy a 4th train, which they, in the last OR, which they probably would have done then. I'm going to allow them to do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they would have bought that train if they had the money. So I did allow them to do that now. And now, yeah, I'm going to try to make that connection because I definitely want to go to Magdeburg. So now we can run 4 trains. So let's see, it's gonna be not that easy to run them efficiently, but we can start. I might even consider placing a token because I think that would allow me to, yeah, you know, I think I want to do that. I think I want to place another token, probably at Magdeburg and not at Berlin, because you don't necessarily want to go through Berlin, you just want to end up there. And so yeah, you know, I think I actually want to place a token in Magdeburg. And it's an interesting question if I then want to place that tile here or if I want to try to go to Hamburg, which gives me, it's an interesting question indeed. But I think, I don't know. maybe Hamburg is the better choice here. I think I actually want to go to Hamburg. Yep, let's do that. So I'm going to place a tile here. And then, yeah, that's for 40 bucks, 25, 30, 40. I can place my last token in Magdeburg, but that's a good token, I think. It gives me access to Berlin, it gives me access to Hamburg, and I mean, Braunschweig kind of sucks, but still, I think that is a good token. So now I can run my 3 trains and a 2+2 train. That is very strong. Let's see what we can do here. I'm not connected to Hamburg yet. Still, it sounds tempting to go. Is it that great to go twice to Berlin? It's not that strong yet. So let's see. I mean, the 2+2 train obviously goes like this. This is just the best because here I can get the 2 dots. Three trains. It might be a little bit of a waste. If I can go to Hamburg, I'm going to make much more. But right now, I think I have to run 1 3 train from Dresden to Nuremberg or to Fürth. The other one from Oberschlesien to Berlin. And the last one probably from Braunschweig to Berlin. That's not great, but it's okay, I guess. Okay, so it's basically 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's see. I'm going to hit this sucker 3 times. And this guy, so that's 160. The 30s, I'm going to hit this, that one, and that one. So that is 280. 20s, I'm going to hit this one. So that is 300. And then I'm going to make 330 for these miners. So I'm at 330. Okay, that's the end of the OR, and players are sitting on a ton of money here. I mean, some guys have more than 500 bucks, close to 600 bucks. Not everyone, but many do. I mean, yeah, this guy is a little behind, it seems. But especially these two, and I kind of wonder where he has all the money from. Is it really the miners that gave him all that much money? That's really impressive. Anyway, he's sitting, and I think he actually kept something from the last stock round because he didn't want to buy the Badische. But now he can obviously do it. He can float the Badische on his own if he wants to. And yeah, we're going to see then what happens. In addition to that, I think when the first Badische is bought, players could buy shares from the Preußen, but the Preußen will not start yet. The Preußen will either start when the first 4 train is purchased, or from that on, when the first 4+4 train is purchased, it has to start. But it may start when the first 4 train is purchased. So we'll see. I think it might start at that point because this guy, yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of money in these things, and he's got to make that interesting decision. Does he want to start the Preußen and take all the money into the Preußen? Or does he want to use the money to buy himself a few more trains and run these miners as long as possible. That is definitely also a choice he has. There's a lot of money in these miners now, and they are train locked. But of course they can, I don't know, they can trade trains with other companies too. Well, yes, I'm pretty sure we're going to see possibly all three companies floated. I think that would be possible. And then I'm also pretty sure that we're going to see in the next set of ORs, I guess the poison might get started. So maybe it's already an interesting option for him to say, hey, screw it, I'm not going to invest in all. I'm going to completely invest in shares of the poison, hoping to start that one. That is a big gamble though, because if for any reason it doesn't start, he's sitting on these shares and doesn't earn any money at all from those. And we gotta make, I mean, let me see. I mean, okay, he can start it when the first 4 comes up, right? And there are only, well, I mean, okay, there are 3 plus 3 trains. So if only 2 companies start, because he invests all his money in the poison, and only the Badische and the Württembergische start, for example, could be a gamble. So I'm interested in how this all turns out. It's going to be a very interesting stock round, possibly. Okay, I hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.